in this whole building, they don't have a bigger room. I don't buy it. I feel bad for y'all.
All right, guys, questions in the room for Caitlin, please. Cheryl was just talking about
She was the person for me growing up. Like, that's like, I remember that Lynx team better than anybody probably. Like, as a young girl, like, they were obviously, this is the closest WNBA team to where I grew up, so it's kind of who you root for, but at the same time, like, they're really good, so they were easy to root for, with obviously Brunson and then Lindsay Whalen, and I mean, you can go down the list of who was on the roster, Sylvia Fowles, Simone, like, all of them were just absolutely incredible. And I think the way they played basketball was easy to root for. They played the game the right way, but also all of them were really good people too. So I think my parents, as me growing up as a young kid, like, those are the type of people you want your young daughter to idolize. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy now that I get to play in this building, and I played in this building in college, and then now playing here as a pro, it kind of comes full circle. But Maya was definitely that person for me, and she was obviously tremendous. Mm-hmm.
Any plays or anything that really like made you really attach yourself?
I think honestly, obviously just the offensive side, like, that's pretty simple. But also, like, she was a really good defender. Like, she just had a very complete game. Obviously, I didn't take the defensive mindset from Maya. I don't really have that, but I think, like, just the passion and the joy that you could always see her play with. Like, she always had a smile. She was competitive. She was fiery. But she was just a solid basketball player, and then obviously, like, a solid individual. And, like, you didn't even have to know her on a personal level to be able to understand that. And I think that's, like, the main reasons of why, like, I loved her so much.
You talk often hear about how you came up for a game and you were able to hug her after a game, how great she was with you, and how that kind of informed you as you kind of got down this path. Now, can you talk about that influence?
Yeah, I think it was my first WNBA game. I believe they were playing the Storm at the time. So, like, Sue Bird, I believe Lauren Jackson was on the team at the time. And there was some sort of, like, promotional thing going on where you were able to stay after and listen to the team have, like, some sort of Q&A. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she was a part of it. And I don't think I was, like, necessarily supposed to be there. My dad had, like, called the ticket office. Like, if you know my dad, like, he does everything last minute. So we, like, drove up to Minnesota, like, got to the hotel, and then he decided to buy tickets to the game. And, like, the person at the box office was like, yeah, like, do you want to come and watch, like, court time, like, where you can't really get in unless you have, like, a special pass, like, where you're working out right now. And so, like, I remember I was sitting courtside and got to watch all the players work out, and I took a picture with some of the players. So that was really cool for me. And then after the game, I got to stay and listen to a Q&A, and I didn't have a Sharpie, and obviously I was at the age where I didn't have a phone, and I kind of just ran away from Dad because I wanted to meet the players, and I, like, just ran up to her and I just gave her a hug. So, like, there's no documentation of that moment, but, like, obviously in my brain, like, that was one of the most pivotal moments of, like, my and probably entire basketball career. And obviously as a young girl and loving sports, like, that meant the world to me. But yeah, I didn't get an autograph. I didn't get a picture. I got a hug, which is probably a lot better than, both of those. So it's pretty special.
Now that you are in the league, you met Maya. I don't know how much time you spent with her. Do you two exchange messages very often? Does she give you advice on life or basketball very often?
Honestly, we don't talk a ton, and she came to one of my games in college, which was super cool for myself. Like, I hadn't really connected with her since I had been here. And, obviously, she doesn't play basketball anymore, and everything that she does for the world is way cooler than what she did on the basketball court. Like, that's what I mean. Like, she's just such a great individual and great person. So, and I know she probably finds even more joy and satisfaction from doing all the other things that she's done, even off the court. So, for myself, it was fun to reconnect, and she's just such a very down to earth and cool individual. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here and be able to be a part of this night. I would be a little bummed if we weren't able to play on the night that this gets to happen. So I'm excited to watch and support and cheer for her too.
Got two more. When you saw that tonight was the night that Berger's be going up the Raptors, were you like like, I'm so excited to play and be here tonight for this? Yeah, I mean, for sure. I don't remember exactly when it was announced, but obviously, like, I get excited to come to Minnesota just because it's close to where I'm from too. Like, there's a lot of people in this area that supported me throughout my college career, so it's fun in that aspect. It's close for some of my family to come up here, but also to have that part of it too is,
you can't really script it any better. And I'm excited to be a part of it. And, she definitely deserves this recognition. So for me, like I said earlier, like it's very full circle for me, but, this night is definitely about her. And, I hope the game on the court between both of the teams is just pretty basketball, because that's exactly how she played too.